everyone. Hi guys, hi there, how are all of you? I hope you all are fine. Well, my name is Yusuf and I'm back on Yusuf Reacts. And today I'm back again with a very interesting movie review that is there for you people. Well, the movie review that we guys are going to be talking about as far as today's concerned is literally, I would say, one of the most unconventional action, thriller and adventure movies that are there. And if I say it up, or it won't be wrong to say this particular thing up, that both the actors that are present in this particular movie are the ones that literally have set the standards of how a actually action hero literally looks like. The first actor that is going to be there is obviously gonna be none other than the most renowned actor when it comes to action. That is none other than Sylvester Stallone, in other words Sly, and along with him one person can also not be left behind, and that individual is Arnold Schwarzenegger. Now guys, if you guys have got it, then I'm really happy, because you literally have seen an extraordinary movie that's there. Anyhow, there were different sequels that even came out of it, but I'm going to be talking about the first one, because I always believe this thing up, that the first one literally did set the standards, and the standards that were set by the first one, it literally were amazing and just phenomenal. So the first installment as far as the movie is concerned, let me tell you the name of the movie, guys. The name of the movie is Escape Plan. Now Escape Plan is a totally non-conventional kind of a movie that's there. Means typically you see Sly performing different kinds of action sequences that are there along with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Again, a lot of different things that pop up, but this movie had it, and this movie actually had it because there was something that was totally different when I talk about this particular movie. Anyhow guys, before we proceed, I want you guys to subscribe to the channel, I want you guys to share my videos, I want you guys to like them, and obviously comment on them as much as you guys can. Moving on, what is the story of the particular movie, and what is the thing that makes it so exceptional, and why am I someone who is really going on and on and on and praising this movie so much? Actually, the thing which tends to happen is this, that we see Sly, in other words Sylvester Stallone, to be a particular individual who works for a particular company in which he does work with the federal investigation authorities or an FIAs and so on like that, and he's basically doing what? He basically goes into different prisons as a prisoner. The key purpose is what? The key purpose is this, that he wants to see the different loopholes that are there over there, and what are the ways through which, if any prisoner even intends to plan, he can eventually plan to go out of that particular place. So that's what the thing is like, and that is how the things eventually go on. Start, we see him up how he eventually gets an opportunity to get out of prison and so on like that. But now comes the $1,000,000 question, that is the plot of it, that why eventually does he risk his life every time going into prison? And he's talking about not the normal conventional prisons, we are talking about the criminal prisons that are there, the people who have mostly been convicted of doing different crimes, like killing individuals out and so on like that. So he actually goes over there and sees what are the ways through which an individual can break out. Anyhow, that's how the things are. Now eventually there is a story in the backdrop that is there, and because of that particular thing, Sly actually always puts his life on stake, and he actually does that. And this is how the storyline actually moves on. With how the things eventually then proceeds on, we see this thing up, that Sly actually is really successful in all the particular things. He's become a book writer, and he has written actually a manual in this particular regard, in which all the particular loopholes, they have been pinpointed by him. Now there comes a special kind of an assignment that is there. In that particular assignment, they want to see that if Sly is actually willing for it, and there is a particular recruiting agency that hires the certain things up, they are the top secret ones, and they literally show to him that it's a secret agency that's going to be working on, and they want Sly to be a part of the plan because they have actually constructed a new prison. They consider it to be non-breakable, and Sly is someone that they feel is the one who needs to go there and so on. Actually, it's a trap. The trap has been set by his co-partner, and he actually wants to get rid of Sly. The reason being what, that he's gonna be paid a hell of money for that particular purpose if Sly remains in jail. Now here comes the $1,000,000 question. If Sly is gonna be trapped at a particular prison where he cannot escape from, what is going to be the benefit for him? Actually, the people who are the ones who have these prisons done, who are the ones who have the money and investment done, they know this thing up, that this guy needs to be behind bars, because if he gets out, they are in trouble. Anyhow, Sly actually, somehow Sly actually thinks that it's something that's fine, but eventually he just gets into the plan and he just goes with the flow. He lands on a particular prison and he finds himself to be at a particular place that is totally unusual, like the ones that he had always been a part of. When you talk about unusual, the thing which tends to happen is this, that Sly actually sees that the criminals are not even considered to be humans at that place, and again they call it to be the Babylon. And when we talk about the Babylon, the thing which tends to happen is this thing up, that the construction of the prison is also really unusual. Means they have formed different kinds of compartments in vertical form, and that's how they have kept those prisoners inside. Now over here he comes across a particular guy known as, and that's being portrayed by Arnold Schwarzenegger. Now both of them eventually want to get along. Obviously Arnold wants to talk to him, Arnold wants to get friends with him. There is a story behind that. I'll tell you that particular thing afterwards. So that's what the reason how it is. Anyhow, the kind of punishments that they have to go through, and how Sly actually is able to figure out a plan to escape. Sly actually does get an escape from the particular place. And when eventually he does get that, obviously with the help of Arnold, when he escapes from that particular prison, he comes to find out that the prison that they are in is a moving ship, and it is in the ocean. It means now they cannot go anywhere. Anyhow, he loses all hopes, come back, and then eventually we tend to realize this thing up, that Arnold and him, both of them, they are a bit worried because Sly actually does not tell Arnold about it. And then actually with time, Arnold gets to know that where they are. Arnold motivates him up. Arnold let him know that, like, come on, you can do it, you are this and that and that. On the other side, we even see the warden of the particular jail. The warden of the particular jail also now comes to know about his particular thing that's there. There is a doctor who treats these particular patients. Now the doctor plays a huge role. Why am I saying the doctor plays a huge role? Because he's someone who's very kind, someone who is a bit honest, and obviously Sly is easily able to win over the heart of the particular doctor. So that's how the things are, and the doctor literally does help them out. And anyhow, Arnold by somehow is able to convince Sly for it. Sly actually does plan it. There is one more character that tends to be there, that's known being portrayed as a Muslim character, because there is a small chunk of Muslims who are also stuck over there. And he eventually is also someone that they have a lot of fight with, but eventually they get terms with him because they know that they can trust him, because he's someone who has a great deal of attachment in his faith. And that's how they eventually then somehow come to know about the transits, that he actually uses his the glasses of a particular individual and some kinds of I would say injections and stuff like that, and even a paper where he's able to figure out the map location that is there. And he eventually does trying to observe and plan, and eventually the thing that he comes up with is right. Somehow they are able to then get out of the particular place. Now Javed is also the one who is helping them out. He gets killed, but Arnold and Sly are able to escape from that particular place. As they are able to escape from that particular place, they come to know about what? They come to know about this particular thing that Arnold Schwarzenegger was the real individual. He was the big deal, that they wanted to be freed from that particular prison because he was the head of the particular agency. So they couldn't afford to have a normal kind of an individual get intervened into it. So they actually had to have him escape because they themselves even did not know where he actually is. So that's how the things were. A very nice kind of a film. If you guys have not gone for it, I would prefer that you guys do go for it. Anyhow, this is me, so saying goodbye to you people. Thank you very much for your time, and thank you very much for showering your love and support on me. Take care guys. Bye bye.